Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with baked chicken curry dip. That's right, we're doing chicken curry in dip form. And what I love so much about recipes like this, besides that they're delicious and easy, is that we're able to feed a whole bunch of people with just a little bit of chicken. So if you've got a bunch of hungry friends coming over to watch the game, this is exactly the kind of thing you need. And to get started, what we'll need is some room temperature cream cheese. And then to that we will add some plain Greek-style yogurt, which doesn't have to be Greek-style, but for me that's going to have the best taste and texture for this dip. And then besides the yogurt, we will also add some tomato paste for color, acidity, and savoriness. And then speaking of acidity, we will also squeeze in 1 lime, which could definitely be a lemon instead. We will also want to add in a whole bunch of finely crushed or minced garlic, along with some chopped cilantro. And believe it or not, I'm mostly using the stems, which are very much underused and mostly thrown away. But they're perfect in something like this. And once all that's in, we'll go ahead and season this up with some kosher salt, some freshly ground black pepper, followed by our chicken curry spices, including garam masala, smoked paprika, some ground cumin, some ground coriander, and then we'll finish up with some turmeric, as well as some ground ginger, and then last but never least, some cayenne. And that's it. We'll take a spatula and give this a mix. And if your cream cheese was at room temp, this is going to be fast and easy. But if it wasn't, and mine never is, it's going to be slower and harder. But either way, once we get that mostly mixed together, we will stop. And we will add our thinly sliced green onions, as well as our grated mozzarella cheese, which for the purposes of this video, we will pretend is paneer. And then after the cheese, we will add our last ingredient, some chopped up cooked chicken, which I'm going to get off this absolutely dreadful looking cold rotisserie chicken. All right, as I mentioned before, there's a place in town that sells organic rotisserie chickens for the same price they sell organic raw chickens. So every once in a while, when I want to save some time, I'll buy one of these, and I'll ignore that unappetizing appearance and those hideous turned up wingtips, and I'll pull that chicken off in nice big chunks, and then use a knife to chop it into about 1/2-inch pieces. Right, we don't want to go too small, since the chicken's going to break up as we mix it in, which once we have about 3 cups of this chopped is exactly what we're going to do. The good news is, appearances to the contrary, the meat is nicely seasoned and fairly moist, and it worked really well in here. And that's it. Once we have our onions, cheese, and chicken mixed in, we will transfer that into some kind of baking dish or dishes. Okay, it's totally fine to bake this all in one casserole dish, or a pie dish or pan or something like that. Or if you want, you can divide it into smaller baking dishes, and then stagger the baking, so that once one's gone, you can have a new hot one coming out. But anyway, here I'm just going to bake one, since no one's coming over, and there's no party. Don't feel bad, I need a break. And once that mixture's been transferred in, and evenly distributed, we'll go ahead and smooth out the top a little bit, before we finish this up by applying a little more mozzarella to the top. All right, we don't want too much, but make sure you put enough. And then for one final touch, we will shake over a little bit of cayenne, which is going to heat things up a little more, plus give the top a more beautiful appearance. Plus, as everybody knows, it's really good luck to shake cayenne on something before it goes in the oven. Oh yeah, that is a proven, unscientific fact. And that's it. This is now ready to transfer into the center of a 450-degree oven for about 20 minutes, or until the cheese on top is melted and our chicken curry dip is heated through, and it hopefully looks like this. And then I was going to say we should let this rest for a few minutes before we serve it, but by the time we finish garnishing the top with my suggested garnishes, I think that will have happened. And what I like to use on top of this is some finely diced jalapeno, or if you want it spicier, serrano. And then we'll also do some finely chopped red onion. And then I finished up with some finely chopped cilantro. And of course, there's lots of other things we could garnish the top with. Right, we could do some toasted sliced almonds, which would be very nice. So feel free to personalize this as you see fit. I mean, you are the guru of you doing you. But this is what I'm going with. And that's it. Our baked chicken curry dip is ready to enjoy, which I'm going to do next to some suspiciously stacked crackers. I mean, what's going on with those? Why are they stacked like that? All right, I have no idea, and I'm the one that did it. But anyway, let me grab that knife and go in for the official taste. And that, my friends, is just a beautiful, flavorful, interesting, and absolutely delicious party snack. All right, this really does have everything. And culinarily speaking, I mean that literally. We got sweet, we got sour, we got salty, we got bitter, we got umami. And if there's other things I haven't discovered yet, those are in here too. And by the way, this recipe was based on our famous baked top buffalo chicken dip. But there's one major difference, in that this only has half the cheese amount. So it's very what we call in the business, chicken forward. So while not quite as rich as the recipe it's based on, this is meatier and I think more satisfying. And if you are entertaining and you're going to do this for a party, you can pretty much prep everything the day before and just have it in your baking dish ready to pop in the oven. And not only will it be fine, it might even be better. But anyway, no matter when you make this or why, it's easy to do, inexpensive, absolutely gorgeous, and incredibly delicious, which is why I really do hope you give this a try soon. So please follow the links below for the ingredient amounts, a printable written recipe, and much more info as usual. And as always, enjoy.